All right, guys. Good morning and welcome back. I would want to say beautiful day, but it is cloudy outside. It's not looking so good, but maybe extra cozy for some streaming. So I guess that's a good news. Just checking some here settings, making sure everything looks fine. Volume looks like it's working. All right, everything is so far so good. To get started, I'm just going to throw up the disclaimer so you guys all know. Good little reference piece. I'll try to throw it up one or two more times. So just remember, guys, it is for trading and educational or entertainment and entertainment and educational purposes only. Now, I am watching really here LIFW first thing pre-market. Nothing else is really looking that interesting, so I want to keep an eye on this ticker. Gonna map some areas out. Hopefully everyone had a great weekend, feeling good. I have a friend visiting from New York, and it was a little crazy weekend, but I'm feeling good. I made sure to have plenty of recovery time, so nothing really too crazy either. Let's see. Right now the price is around 1.7, so I just want to understand that where some of the major support and resistance zones are, and it looks like maybe the next one's around 2.6, 2.5. You can see we found that support around 1.6. Now we're crawling back higher. I gotta say there is some volume here, so I want to pay attention. It's not over 40% gapper yet on the day, so that part's not the most interesting to me. There's no catalyst that I'm aware of. Just going to the second screen quickly, we see a lot of the gappers from yesterday, none of which really held their highs. PCSA, CRGE, MESA, not yesterday, last week. Fun had another offering and bouncing back. I just don't get it. Save actually doing quite okay, holding its highs. A little choppy, not really a ticker I love. Let's put LIFW on this chart just to keep an eye on it here. So far, I don't think we need to add anything else on this chart. So I'll leave it at that. It is a healthcare and health information services company, though, so we could do a little bit of documentation. I don't know if we're going to actually end up watching this one too much. Just some simple notes here. I'm also going to go ahead and document my trades from Friday because I did not do that already. And if you guys remember, Friday we were up 400, but then we gave back 300 on safe. And then I made a few trades on one other ticker, I actually forgot which one, and made back a little bit more, but it wasn't the most exciting day profit wise, let's just say. Did get some trading in those, nice. So let's go to MESA. This is the first ticker that the import wizard threw at us here, but it's not the first ticker that I traded. Did I trade it earlier pre-market? No, I didn't. So yeah, this is the ticker I traded right at the end. Could have sized up on it a little bit more, but my conviction was low, and I was already in the giving back profits, and I just don't like that phase, so I would rather be a little bit more risk averse at that point, and that's what I did. So again, just taking some pictures. I don't have to do this, and in the future, Trade Journal is actually going to show the whole chart, but for now, I do like to kind of see what I was looking at. Yeah, okay, let's document SAVE. 3 trades on this ticker. In each trade, I stopped out at the perfect low. It was quite depressing how I traded SAVE. That's a fact. Here we go. That's looking good. That's looking good. 5-minute chart. that was embarrassing. That was very embarrassing. Now, I might actually want to even zoom in here a little bit more. There we go. It looks like LIFW is not holding up very well at all. There you guys see it, bottom left right now of the screen. No bueno. So it is a Monday after all. I do like on Mondays to have that 4G mindset, get green, get going. I don't like over trading. If I can get some green to start the week off green, I would much rather have that. And that's how I feel about Fridays as well. This Friday, I won't be streaming. I will be in an airplane flying to Utah. So I will not be streaming this Friday. I will probably not be trading either. I don't think I'm going to get any trades in. Sometimes at the airport, I'll throw in a trade, but I'm not sure if that's going to be the case this time. So that basically means next Monday, you guys will see me streaming out of Utah. PCSA was a fun one. It was kind of over before it began, though. Which made it a little bit depressing in that regard. But there was opportunities, and that is all I need sometimes. Just one or two opportunities. Oftentimes in this market, that's all we get anyway. So you gotta be quick when these tickers pop. Let's see if I can get my trades to show. Right now it's not showing. NCL popping up. Let's go to NCL actually. Okay, some volume here. I'm gonna put on my second screen for now. It's only up 30%. It's not too interesting. Volume could be a lot more, but maybe it's just getting started here. Wow, volume's very light though. I'm not sure if I'm just gonna jump into this one or not. Doesn't feel like. Doesn't seem too interesting. Nothing's too exciting this pre-market, so. Remember, half the battle with trading is really just being patient and not trading a bunch of nonsense. So it's so easy to forget that. It's so easy just to be like, oh, ticker moving, let me jump on it. In a hot market, that actually works, but in the market we're in, that does usually not end so well. So I'm trying to get my trades to show on the screen, but it's not really working. So I'll just take a screenshot of it. Still going. Volume's definitely light on this ticker. I don't even see a catalyst for it. Still not a bad move. I mean, that was a 10% pop there. You can't deny that. Morning, Hari. How's it going? Hope you had a good weekend. Oh. Don't need this anymore. Let's see what's going on in the Discord. People slowly waking up. Yeah. Sounds about right. No need to push it too much. Let's see if there's anything else interesting. VIX is up 3% today. ARK is up 1.36%. So we might have some large caps moving. Implied volatility is down, but the VIX is up. Oh, inverse VIX. Yes, of course. BITO down. Interesting. What does that mean for coin? It means coin is also down just a little bit here. I did recently buy a little bit of coin, and there was a bit of a pullback here. It's getting into that buy territory, so I would like to size up on coin just a bit more. See if we get the opportunity. Yeah, there. Look at NCL right now in the middle screen, just selling off. I always prefer to have this 6 screen up just because it helps me make sure I'm watching all the tickers. Check out LYT popping up here. We got volume's too light on it, but it is pushing. I'm gonna I'm gonna put it on the second screen as well. Problem with LYT, it was, you know, a recent runner here that died off. We did get some trades on it last week, but to me, this kind of move just feels a little bit like a dead cat bounce. I don't know if I can really get excited about this one, so ADM being called out from Hari. May recover. Oh my. What is this? Was this like a offering or something? Earnings. Earnings come out on the 25th. I'm not sure. It's a pretty big sell-off. Price targets are being lowered. Misses profit expectations. Yeah, not really a classic ticker that I'm looking for. Now, LIT, looking at volumes approaching that million. That's better than I would have expected. I just don't like the fact that this is some CFO corruption. That's dang. I'm not sure if LYT is going to be able to break through all the resistance it has. Makes me a little bit skeptical. I can't get over how strong SPY was last week, specifically on Friday. Even gapped up here. $484, the SPY. Yeah, SPY hit new all-time highs. That freaking bonkers. That is crazy. LYT still pushing. Is it calm before the storm? I don't know. Sometimes it feels like that, but oftentimes it's just calm lately. So I would definitely like it to be calm before the storm. Strong bounce so far. I mean, it's all the way back here in the almost 15 area. Strong pullback. Nothing really that interesting though. Got some insider buying on GAM, TALO, VANI. Calv, here we go. 10% owner. Well, this one actually looks pretty good. CME. OPK insider. Buying. A lot more insider buying going on this week. This one actually looks really good. Healthcare biotech. That's a pretty strong trend. Yeah, the owner has been busy buying here, huh? The owner's buying like crazy, and the CSO, the Chief Scientific Officer, is selling. Interesting. This CODI company has a pretty solid dividend. These the bow bindings. These are really good. I have them for my snowboard. Gotta look into that. Hold up, one sec. LYT still pumping. Wow, that's impressive. I didn't really think we would get that last push. If there's a quick pullback, I'll see if I can jump on it. There we go. Small size, just see if we can capitalize on this quick sell-off here. And maybe a little bit of consolidation around 15. Tiny size though. Still a lot of sell pressure. Well, you'd need 20,000 shares for that to be an interesting trade minimum, but I'm not in love with that ticker. I mean, it's definitely somewhat tradable based on the price action. We did finally have that candle over 1 million. It's also not bad. One thing I will note though is you know, trading these sub dollars, you do pay a lot more in fees. So last week, for example, I made 131 profit, or let's just say here, yeah, I made $131 profit, and then I had $10 in fees. Usually my fees are never that high, and these are just the reg fees, which are usually not that much. So yeah, $9.20 in fees. Yeah, here you could see it, you know, Friday, I was up 416 at the high, then I went back to basically break even, and then right at the end, I made a little bit of money again. So kind of frustrating to give back so much. It's not really what you want to be seeing. I'm actually a big fan of bow bindings, and I'm also a big fan of, I don't actually know a lot of these other things, but it looks like pretty quality things here. 4,000 plus portfolio company employees. That's crazy. 25-year track record. Crazy. Look at that. Boat binding does even compression. I didn't know that. Transaction fees, Hari, come from the brokers. I mean, not the brokers. They don't come from the brokers. They come from the exchanges. Every time you trade, you have to pay a reg fee based on the number of shares. It's like one share is like 0.001 cent or something like that, or like 0.001 cent. So when you start trading sub dollars, the amount of shares you're buying is like 10x. So all of a sudden those add up. If there was broker fees on top, like $5 per trade or something like that, that would be brutal. But yeah, reg fees add up. Again, that has nothing to do with broker fees. TOS is free. These are not TOS fees. They're coming from NASDAQ. Man, not too interested in what we're seeing here on this ticker so far. I'll be right back. Give me 2 minutes. All right, all right, all right. Back in the saddle. Yeah, just taking it slow. I don't think there's anything to really trade, so I don't want to do anything silly, but I'm not going to lie. This company, CODI, guys, this is how I sometimes find companies just going through insider buying. I'm going to put this on my watch list, CODI. Very interesting. Let's go through some of these tickers, see how they're doing. Wow, NVIDIA 959. Whoa. Up another 60% from where we were doing a little bit of day trading on it. That's some swing trading, I would even say. Wow. Can you believe it? LYT is actually somewhat crawling back here. I would go for a little breakout here if we can get it. And look for that move over 16. All right, let's see if we can get it. Looking for that move here. Otherwise, I'm going to stop out. It's kind of struggling. Whoa, it actually popped here. Looks like it closed it a little bit too soon. That was looking really unhealthy though. Yeah, look at that. It's already popping back. All right. Now I gotta quickly make fun of Corey. Any price point to enter FSR. FSR's got that really nice short interest on it, but I don't see myself entering this one anytime soon. To me, I feel like it would need to bottom out a little bit like PLBY. I think we could take a lot away from PLBY. Oh, look at that bounce on Playboy. Had a similar situation here where, you know, once it starts selling off, things get really ugly. And I don't know, I would like to probably see a little bit of a consolidation phase coming in first with a pretty tight stop. I'm not sure how else I would end up playing it. Wow, look at that move. 35%. LIFT or LIFW, sorry, is coming back. Tiny volume, but it looks like it's gonna have a retest here on VWAP really soon. RVSN. There's even a catalyst. Certification, approval. Wow, this ticker is pumping right now. It's at $3. That's all-time high is 314. This is really good. Keep a close eye on this one. Dang, wow, I missed that pop. Volume could be more. Whoa, there's that break. Let's see if we can get a little bit of a pullback here. Quick profit. I thought it was going to sell off again. Tiny size. Watch out. These things can pull back 20% on you. I'm looking for a bigger pullback, around 18-20%. I don't know if we're going to see it. Light sell volume. Doing a small size here. I don't trust it. It's just the chance of a quick 15% move down is just too high right now. $3 million shares outstanding, tiny float. Yeah, 118 float. No need to dump our life savings into it just yet, but easily see a red candle. I could also see a green candle. I don't know what's gonna happen. Buyers coming in. Ooh, but they didn't hold. They didn't hold. Oh, so sketchy. This is one of those make it or break it zones. High risk. Okay reward. I don't know. 1-to-1 max. I don't think that's really good. Yep, see? Pull back 20%. That's exactly, more than 20%. That's exactly what I was worried about. If it breaks into the 50s, I would consider doing a little dip trade on this one. Should have bounced. Dang, didn't get my size there. Still pretty weak. Never got any decent size on this one. For not sizing, it's not the worst profit. Wow, that was just really fighting this wall here. I need some socks. My feet are cold. Some pretty big support here. I hope it ends up holding and keeps going. A little tricky. I'm not totally sure right now on it. It's not super clean anymore. I was thinking I'd probably do a light pullback below 50 on light volume. Like if this was right now going down on that kind of low volume, I probably would have taken that trade. I'm gonna put some socks on. You can see my second chart though. Travis entered the Discord. There we go. Good morning. So I would say RVSN was pretty much our first real good gapper. Obviously LYT was kind of interesting and LIFW for a second, but nothing really tradable. RVSN was really that first tradable ticker. 199 float is also really good, or 118 float is really nice. It closed at 137. That's pretty solid. So with 137, I mean, this ticker just ran like 99% before it started its first pullback. It's pretty solid. This is a industrials, rail, roads, Israeli company. And I think it really helps that it actually had a catalyst for once. You know, we've been getting a lot of companies without catalyst. Mainline system successfully secures approval and certifications for EU railroad standards. So yeah, government certifications, I guess, is not bad. The catalyst is not too shabby. $60 employees. I'm not really sure if we're going to get more of a pop on this one. So these are probably our top three gappers right now: LIFW, RVSN, and LYT. It is coming back. It's coming back. Can't deny that. Found a little bit of support here in the mid 30s. Popped 8%. Volume never really amounted to too much on this ticker. Morning, Peter. Wow, nice break back above VWAP. Was not expecting that. With some pretty cool looking snowboard boots. Top gappers are not really looking super interesting right now, so it's not my main focus. Shareholders have been diluted. I mean, it's not the biggest price swings this company has, that's for sure. Look at that, nice low PE though. Insiders have been really accumulating this company. We do have a lot of debt right now, but they got a lot of cash flow as well. So they've been buying it around 21 in the 21s. So yeah, because it doesn't really move that much. It's a pretty old company actually, and they just kind of been really bringing back that shareholder value by basically having that 4% dividend, basically 5% dividend. So it's quite nice actually. The monthly chart doesn't look as good. As the daily. I think the daily looks much better. Morning, Baha. I see everyone coming in slowly. I know in the Discord too. Wondering if NCL is even worth considering anymore. I don't really feel like it is. Let's look at LIFW for a second. This is the one that we started out with. You know, 13.03 million shares outstanding, not bad, and a 5.65 float, also not bad. It closed on Friday at $1.21, and you know, today, like coming here, 1.21, and then it basically ripped up 40% before its first major pullback. So I'll put in 40%. It's lacking news, so I don't know how excited I am about that. Then we got LYT with that Fat Daddy 180 shares outstanding, but a 37.44 float. That's not too bad. Closed Friday at 10 cents. LYT is actually popping back up again if you just look at it. So I mean, it had that 44% push. I'll just put 45. You know, technology, software. this is the second time I'm putting LYT on my list. Last time, it also did not have a catalyst, so I don't know how I feel about that. Good little amount of pop though. Light rounded bottom, 17% move, 1 million shares. Could be worse. Could definitely be worse. I'm not sure. Keeping an eye on the tickers on the second screen. Trying to maintain a peripheral view. I don't know if I want to get back on LYT. Nice little bounce there though. I'm just watching it for now. See what's going on. See, China's trending. Bored Ape is trading. Wow, I haven't seen something like that in a bit. What's going on with China? Just nothing really too interesting. Let's move on. Sol had such a nice move, you know, from its lows below $10 back up, 10x move. What more can you want when you got a 10x? I still own some pesky penguins. Let's look into them. Oh, what else we got? Bitcoin moved up 2 spots at 801 billion, almost $1 trillion asset. RVSN popped back up. Keeping a close eye on RVSN. So far, top 5, gold, Microsoft. Microsoft and Apple, man, almost at those 3 trillion marks. So crazy. Saudi Aramco, Alphabet, and then Amazon, Nvidia, silver, eventually Facebook, near 1 trillion. Bitcoin's at the 10 rank. Price isn't really too interesting. It's kind of below 1 Solana lately. Let's go back to RVSN, because RVSN is doing a little bit of pump right now, and I think we should probably keep an eye on it. Tickers, but it's not super. Ugh. Telling you guys, I'm pretty excited about potentially buying some CODI, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do it, mostly because I have a lot of capital already allocated. But, you know, it's kind of cool that I accidentally stumbled on the company that I've been buying their snowboarding boots for like what feels like a decade. Sounds kind of insane to say. Tons of resistance here. I think there's a good chance KALV might break out, especially with all the insider buying going on. It kind of feels like they know something. I'm gonna put it on my swing trade list just so I could keep track. What was it? KALV. I want to put something different. KALV. Tesla finding pretty big support. Pfizer also finding a little bit of support here. Really hoping for that run back up to the 30s. I'm not sure if it's going to happen, but that's what I'm rooting for. Rooting for Putin. Yeah, let's see. Schwab. Nice bounce off the 60s. 5% bounce. Not bad there. Tiny dividend, but still a dividend. Airbnb holding on. PayPal still so low. Snow. Hershey's fell from this ascending channel, which do typically break to the downside, but it actually had a strong recovery, so Hershey's might be a buy. Coin. Yeah. Could accumulate a bit more. Zillow. Yeah, a lot of things are finding potentially support. I don't know. It's not my best trade so far. Still holding it. Bounce back up. Back at $34. Quite volatile, but I'll keep holding on to it. Carvana, that 37% short interest, actually found a little bit of support here. Oops. Bottom. Indy also finding a little bit of support here. Morning, James. No insider buying. Lemonade has been struggling for so long, but technically this is a pretty strong first stare. So I wouldn't undermine that necessarily. Wow, I gotta clean this chart up. This chart looks like a disaster. Does not look too bad. I think there's upside potential on LMND. I don't know enough about LMND anymore to really comment on it, but it's kind of holding. The price right now is at 16. No insider buying. I would feel a lot more confident with insider buying. Space, oh, that ticker's just back trending down. Disgusting. I never got my proper size on AORT. I was so depressed. Bounced 10%. SAVE, that was a bit of a disaster. Why? Oh, it's just, yeah, okay. I don't even know why it's on this list. It should not be on this list. Wow, AEHR has sold off significantly. This is a ticker we were looking for a possible dip under support. I don't really know how best to mark this. This does not look good. Yeah, once it broke down here, that was a short, huh? Even broke it with pretty sizable volume. Yeah, I could definitely see that, James. It's not a bad idea. BYND also with a big short float, but it's still selling down. I don't have a lot of faith in those companies. I don't think they make much sense, but let's see, Clove. Yeah, I don't know. I might take Clove off. I don't think Clove makes sense. KLV. Yeah, this is the one with the nice insider buying biotech. Could be good. FSR, just disaster. Playboy. Beautiful bounce back. I wish I caught that, but didn't have any limit orders. You know, looking at the top gainers today, LIFW, RVSN, LYT. Nothing too interesting. We were able to make some small green trades so far with RVSN. It's got that nice 1.2 million float, so, and it has a catalyst. I think there's potential on RVSN. I don't see it falling off a cliff, but I don't know if the company and the catalyst is really going to, be the big winner we're all waiting for. It's already up 95%, which I kind of feel like is pretty high based on this catalyst, but it could be quite good. I don't know. It basically got EU regulation certificate. It seems a bit arbitrary, but I don't know. I could be totally wrong. You never really want to be overly biased when it comes to news, because sometimes the lamest news or sometimes no news at all is the best ticker. So there's definitely that consideration you always want to keep in there. 812. It is 812, guys. Be right back. I'm gonna do 3 minutes of stretching. I'm gonna leave my microphone on, and I see the chats, so if anything happens, I will jump right back. Let's see, wait 1 sec. James is saying fun looks like to be setting up on the 15-minute. Oh man, PHUN. This ticker does not stop halting or doing offerings. I'm not sure if I could trade PHUN. I mean, you guys see it on the second screen. Volume is there. You know, you can't deny it. There's always some action on PHUN. I think I squeezed enough out of PHUN. I did some pretty okay trading on it. It's impressive that this ticker held through 2 offerings. I mean, talk about by dilution. I mean, whew, do not want to be a long-term shareholder in PHUN. No siree. But yeah, it's impressive. Keeps going. The volume's there. Could even be the one to trade right now. Who knows? I'm not going to be trading it, but it's on my middle screen. You'll see it on the top middle. All right, I'm going to do some stretches. Let's do it. Almost done. Almost done. All right, let's see here. What did I miss? Well, nothing really. It looks like LIFW is still trending down. RVSN is still in that range. Not bad, around that 2.5 zone. 255. Yeah, LYT. OCTO popping up. Another sub-dollar that I'm not really that interested in. Volume's also probably too late for a sub-dollar. Around that 40% zone is kind of in a significant area. This is a ticker we have traded in the past. I'm not so sure about it. It is time to get some standing up in this. Beep. Yeah, pretty relaxed so far. Any other tickers I should look up? I feel like I did just enough amount of research in the morning. I already went through some of the news. How silly of me. I didn't click on Wall Street Bets yet. I'm gonna check out what's going on over here. The reality, that's pretty rough. Let's actually go to daily discussions, earning thread. Listen, we want to go to the memes. Always block. This is gonna be bad. This is gonna be bad. I can feel it. FOMO hitting. The dip. Oh, it doesn't load. Why doesn't it load? That's so weird. Before options, after options. Yeah, the market has been rallying hard, huh? Did that happen on Wealthfront? I didn't know. That's so bad. Would you walk by a $5 bill in the sidewalk? Of course not. By a dead squirrel. I wonder if he actually said that. Debatable. Moving to North Korea, so everyone who have collected. So bad. This is what the NASDAQ has priced in. Oh, it's so bad. That's a good one. Oh no, that's so bad. Took me a second to understand it. Oh, this is cool graphics. No, not seeing anything worth jumping on. OCTO, yeah, it's still trying to look interesting, but it's not really at that 40% place where I'd want to start trading it. Better be cautious. $8.24. So this is often the time where if there's nothing moving by like 8:15, I'll get very defensive in terms of not overlooking at the market. So that's why I'm, in a way you could say I'm trying to distract myself. It's really easy if you are still trying to trade right now to, start trading anything that moves. You start seeing mirages, as in, you start seeing things in the charts that aren't there. So oftentimes it is really good to be just mindful of that and try to avoid over staring at the charts. For example, LYT, look at that, moving up slowly. You would think, hey, maybe there's a trade there. I don't know. If you actually look at the volume on a minute, it's very little. It's like 200,000 shares being traded. And you can even see on the 5-minute chart, it just looks pretty bad volume-wise. So again, want to be mindful. No need to push it. So we already got a few trades in this pre-market, pretty nice. So I'm just kind of enjoying that we have a little bit of a buffer. I think that's a nice place to be able to start. Let me know if you guys want me to check out anything. Let's see. James says, feel it. EV stocks have possibly bottomed, even though I still think EV is a horrible space. Might be another move for cheap calls. Could be. Tesla hasn't really done much for a while. And there's a few other similar plays, I guess you can say. Let us know if you actually place a trade. Be happy to analyze that with you a bit. Neo, man, I haven't looked into that ticker in a long time. I'm gonna pull that up here. Is the ticker NIO? It might be, it probably is. Yeah, there it is. This thing was so crazy. I remember that beautiful climb to the front side. That was some crazy stuff. I don't know enough about NIO to really comment on it. Wasn't this like the Tesla of China or something like that? But I definitely don't remember any of their financials. I definitely would not comment on that. A lot of support here around $6. I mean, if this breaks with low volume, this could be a huge buy. I don't think I would personally do it myself. Just because I don't like Chinese tickers so much, especially for swing trading, but it has some opportunities. You just can't deny that. Looks like they're, yeah, LYT had that offering. Rivian's also down tremendously. Wow. So anything below 15. I mean, if this breaks with pretty light volume, could be another one of those really solid plays. Yeah, I mean, good call, James. There's a lot of these tech or EV stocks that are just so far down. RIVN, I'll put on Neo, just to keep track of them. Do not look bad. Peter's calling out SGMT. I usually don't swing trade biotechs, but let's see here. Is it biotech? Yes, healthcare biotech. I just find these companies, biotechs, they're typically out to raise capital, so they're just constantly dumping and diluting, and it's just like, to me, it's a terrifying thing to be swing trading. I'll day trade a biotech any day, but I don't know, when it comes to swing trading it, significant lack of interest. I mean, obviously it's been on a nice little front side move, but a lot of things have been on a front side move. I don't know if I can get on this one. What are you thinking for SGMT, Peter? Corey up 159 right now after some headaches. Be back for open. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. So we got another 60 minutes here before the open. So just checking out tickers. You guys are calling out and doing some stretches. Might do another round 2 of stretches. I'm trying to get like 20 minutes of stretching in a day. I don't know if that sounds like a lot or if it sounds like not a lot. To me, it sounds like a lot. And the only way I can really do it is doing like 5-minute chunks here and there. And, or with the, watching some like Age of Empire, what's it called, casting. So somebody casts a game and it's like usually 20 to 30 minutes and I'll just freaking stretch and watch it. It sounds ridiculous, but it works for me. It's like the only way I can do long sessions. Well, I could do a long session, I just get bored as hell and it's not very fun for me. Yeah, so this company, it's very tempting to want to accumulate CODI, especially with that fat daddy dividend. It's very impressive, and they had some really nice holdings. What's the D stand for? Dividends. Ah, the dividends were just paid out. This was a nice move right here. Look at that. Perfect descending channel. And then a boom pop up. Let's actually go to the stock price and look at that. CODI. Beautiful descending channel. Breakout with pretty decent volume. Could have been maybe a bit more. MACD also gave a buy indicator, actually like on the perfect day. A little bit of confusion here in this area. Pulled back 5%. So if it broke out here, total of 12%, but the actual breakout was like, so it gave back basically half its breakout. If you can say, you know, this was like an 8% breakout, and then here it gave back 3-4%. And then it continued rallying. Really nice to see that. And here we got a lot of insider buying going on. We do have LYT doing a pretty nice double bottom. Still the same problem, I think, with this ticker is just the lack of volume. But can't deny there's pretty decent double bottom going on here and move higher. Yeah, RVSN already pulling back as well a bit more. Oh, SMGT, I didn't realize it was actually slowly turning into that it was a top gainer, SGMT. Oh, okay. I thought you were calling it out as as like a swing trade or something. All right, apologize for not being super vigilant there. Yeah, actually, I like it. They even have a catalyst. Phase 2 results. Next big resistance is 10.5. That's we just reached. 12.5 is next. Wow. I'm going to try to get a pullback here on this trade. It did have a really strong run just now, so I do want to be a little bit conservative on this potential pullback. After 12.5, I mean, everyone's going to be looking at $14.5, $15. Surprised we're getting a ticker at 8:37. This is a little bit unusual timing. I reduced a little bit of my limit orders just because this ticker is quite extended. Last time we had a pretty strong 17% pullback, and that was even above VWAP. We had another pullback here that was also very strong, 4%. I'm looking for a bigger move, maybe even into the 50s. I think that's would be ideal for me. just because I feel like I'm coming in a little bit late. Volume's very light though. That's a good sign. The sell volume's still very light. LYT at VWAP. Removing shares again. Nice bounce there. Very light volume on that bounce. Yeah, good call out, Peter. Unfortunately, I thought you were talking about a swing trade. I didn't think you were talking about a top gainer. I didn't actually realize it was a top gainer. It's kind of slipped through my fingers there a little bit. Just trying to be patient here. I missed probably the good setup. I already kind of felt like I came in late on this one, so I didn't feel like I wanted to get aggressive. It did actually perform really good, so want to keep that in mind. It's actually a pretty okay ticker right now. This looks like it could be one of the first major 5-minute pullbacks. No trades on SGMT just yet. Yeah, I feel you, but it kind of feels really strong. RVSN, finding support around 220. LIFW still selling off. LYT doesn't look too good. VWAP rejected it pretty hard, but it is still holding on the 5/9 EMA. Yeah, so SGMT is by far like the ticker everyone's watching right now. I get to get any trades on it. Could still be good here. Possible entry around VWAP. I mean 9 EMA. But I would actually like to see it maybe break this and then curl back higher. Yeah, nice work by Hagen jumping in on it. It was looking really good earlier. Volume a bit light, but earlier, before that big spike, but still okay. You know, the trend was definitely there. That breakout candle, also very light right now. SGMT could still be picking up another attempt for a new high day. Wouldn't be surprised. This ticker could also give us a bit of a range for the next 30-40 minutes. I wouldn't also be surprised. That almost might even be better for some good market open activity. Volume here on this bounce so far in these last two green candles has been very light. Still pulling back. Technically now that's a red volume candle, which for the fact that it's such light volume is not actually a bad thing. RVSN had a pretty strong bounce off of 2. You can see this in the bottom middle, about a 10% bounce. Not too shabby. But I think all eyes right now are on SGMT. Maybe RVSN's going to get us another pop at the open. I don't see it selling off totally. I don't really see this one, you know, having a massive move to like $4 or $5 or anything. But I think there could be more opportunities in it for sure. There we go, a little bit more of a pullback now. This could be that range phase that we were looking into. You could still be actively trading this little channel. Not typically my favorite way to trade, but there's definitely opportunities here. You just can't be looking for a breakout. You have to really understand what you're doing. $21.38 million shares outstanding, but 11.15 float. That's not too bad. Closed last Friday at 682. And if we think about that, somewhere in this area, so it's popped up like 82%. So that was a pretty nice move so far. We got the close and the open of a 5-minute candle right here at 11:45 roughly. So that could be also a good spot to find a little bit of support, move higher. 2-minute 9 EMA as well coming in right now. So far this extended channel pullback has shown a decrease in volume. There was a bit of a failed breakout and then a move lower though. Higher red volume. Not seeing a position on it, a setup that gets me really excited. So I am trying to avoid this chop here. Trying to look away a little bit from the market right now. SGMT doesn't look like a great setup, so I don't want to confuse myself by staring at the market too long. Put the second screen up. This is really what I'm watching most of the time. So pause off for now. I think my two main goals is to wait for open and then maybe trade SGMT if a really good setup pops up. That could be a range trade as well. So something closer to VWAP. Keep an eye out for that. There is a little bit of a curl attempt on SGMT. I can't deny that. Volume's a little bit light here, but it's trying. There it is. There it is. Wow, 13.2 might get broken through any second. Next big zone is going to be in the 15s. It's trying for that high day. Hmm. So I'm watching SGMT at the top right of the screen. You guys will see right now it's probably our best gapper. It's starting to grind here a little bit to the open. I was kind of hoping we'd maybe see a bit more consolidation and then a nice pop at the open, or we would see a bigger pullback and then maybe start doing some range trading on it. So I'm a little bit undecisive on how I want to trade it. So I'm kind of avoiding this choppy price action, but it was a bit of a rounded bottom, and now it looks like it's about to make a new high day around 1320. So can't deny that. There we go, really close. The other tickers we're watching, LIFW, kind of pulled back. RVSN, we had some nice trades on this one early, but then it died down. And then LYT also died down a bit. RVSN had a nice low float of 1.2 million and a catalyst. SGMT has a higher float, 11 million, but it also has a catalyst, while LIFW and LYT higher floats and no catalyst. Morning, Heiko. Yeah, there we go. SGMT, high day. 15 is going to be that big spot we're all looking at, that next level on the daily. Yeah, a little bit of choppy price action there on the breakout. So my spider senses were kind of right to keep me out of this trade, but at the same time, I mean, there is that opportunity, that 15% slow grind to the front side. I'll quickly check out PayPal being called out in the Discord. Yeah, wow, look at that push. A really nice grind up higher so far. I never got my full size. I had an alert go off on PayPal, but I never actually ended up sizing into that one. A little bit of a mistake there on my end. Nice, looks like Corey got another trade on SGMT, nice work, and Travis as well, good work there, Travis, in the Discord. So far, we are up 247, some small trades on LYT and RVSN. I never really sized up this morning. I was doing like, $2,000 average position sizes. So technically, I'm up like 10% on the day based on my average position size. So in a way, I'm doing pretty good today. But I probably could have sized up a little bit more. The initial LYT pop was a little bit sketchy. It was a bit of a dead cat bounce sub dollar, so I was kind of risk averse on it. And with RVSN, I unfortunately only got in a little bit late, so I missed that nice initial pop, and I just was scalping this one pretty heavy, and then it just pulled back below VWAP and I stopped trading it. SGMT, still have no trades on this one for me. Nice work, Mark. SGMT is still grinding higher. I gotta say, quite impressive. Next stop, 15. Let's see if we can pick up a little bit of share size here. Remember, we only got 20 minutes before the market opens, so I would like to get more aggressive on this one sooner. I'm going to be a little bit conservative of how aggressive I get on my first trades. Typically, I'd be looking for closer to 500 share size, maybe. So let's see if we can get to that. Small size so far. Looking for a move past 14, that's the goal. Try to take some profits there off the table. There we go. Some small size wins already. Looking for that push over 14. It's not really giving it to us. There we go. Another opportunity to size back down. Good thing that we took some profits. Same trade as before, looking for that move over 14. Still struggling a little bit. Just not really popping like I would have wanted to see. Closing out some of the size. Stronger pullback than I expected for sure. Sizing out a little bit more here. So far, basically no bounce. One win, one loss. I sized up more on the loss. "17 minutes before the market opens." Got to keep that in mind. Looks like it held off of... broke the EMA a little bit. The 2-minute 9 EMA was actually not a bad indicator right there. Strong pullback though, right here. 10% dip. Similar to what we had here, except this one took a lot longer to get down there. And unfortunately, my second trade that didn't work out had much bigger size. I think I did all right, but unfortunately I did stop out a little bit low. Let's see. We had some stops. My lowest stop was 12.88, but I think the average was a little bit better. Yeah, around 13. Yeah, 88 was near the low. But I'm happy I sized more there. I think that was really good. I want to keep sizing more aggressively. SGMT, I'm not going to lie, it kind of looks like it's going to go for that new high day here. Tiny buy volume. So it's a little bit different than what I typically look for. It's a bit more of a grindy ticker. You just kind of buy low and let it run for like 10 minutes. It seems like is really the play here on SGMT. Seeing if we could get a quick pullback entry. Possibly. I didn't really get my fill. Looking for that break of 14. It's struggling a bit. Gonna cut some size. Let's see if we can see that push. Still trying to push. It's definitely more of a grinder than I'm typically used to. Tiny share size now. Stopping out. Too many attempts there for me. Unfortunately, I did not get a good stop. Maybe it's going to push now or 14. I mean, it is grinding higher. I am trading this one a little bit too quickly. I think that's my big mistake on it. It's a little bit like SAVE, where it's not my typical ticker that I'm trading. So I have to slow down trading these kind of tickers. So I was green, actually I'm still green. I was up 200, now I'm up 16. I think the highest I was up today was 300. So I'm kind of scratching a little bit. I'm a little bit stuck in my own P&L range. Wasn't able to capitalize on SGMT like I was hoping I would be able to. But I think we're gonna have some more opportunities at the open. Colby says, seems like a get in and hold until a candle closes below 9 EMA type of ticker. Yeah. This is like a buy low, sell high kind of ticker. I tried a few times buying high on it, but there was a really nice initial front side here. I came in late. I started looking at this ticker here, and that's when I was like, starting to pull back. I really wish I was able to capitalize on it sooner. This looks like a good flat top breakout here at 14. Volume is really light though. I don't know if I could justify getting back in. Yeah, the uptrend's pretty solid here for sure. Can't deny that. Very grindy, but it's still there. We got EVAX as well moving here. No, that's probably a buyout. Wow, look at that. SGMT crushing it all the way to $15. That was the plan. So should have been a little bit more calm on it, but great to see it. I was definitely lacking conviction on this ticker. The other gappers today, nothing looking too good. LYT still holding it below VWAP. Same with LIFW and RVSN. All kind of hold trending there below VWAP. SGMT is really the only ticker that's giving us some front side action. possible push over 15. Nice, the grind continues. Look at that. 8 minutes before the market opens. I'll be right back. All right. Kind of looks like there's going to be a nice little pop higher here. Four minutes before the market opens. Not a lot of time. All right, I'm going to wait. Time of force day. I think it's going to pop over 15. Who knows? I'm a little bit out of sync with this ticker, unfortunately. I was really in sync with RVSN. It was doing everything I thought it would do, but with SGMT, technically it is doing what I think it's going to do, but it's a little bit like SAVE where I'm entering too soon. So I got to be really mindful of that going forward. There it is, 15.3, really nice. Congrats to everyone nailing this one. And I wouldn't worry if you aren't. Just got to be patient, and then we'll find that good setup, and then we'll make our money there. Another 3 minutes before the market opens. I'm not sure what kind of continuation we're going to see on SGMT after the market opens. I'm a little bit worried there. Phase 2 results, I guess, is really good. We do have blue skies on this ticker after 1833, but we're already almost there. I mean, we've moved up quite a bit now, 120%. And we got to basically break through a little bit more to reach all-time highs. I feel like it's possible, but that was a pretty strong, about an hour of trading, a little more than an hour of trading this ticker already had on it. The other tickers, LIFW, RVSN, and LYT, all don't really look too interesting right now. We're going to keep an eye on them, but I'm not really seeing anything I love. Time before stay. All right, minute and a half. Here we go. Ugh. Good luck, everyone, for the open. Wow, look at that. Instantly pops higher. I didn't think we were going to see that. I would like to buy a bit of a pullback. That's what I'm waiting for. There we go. This ticker doesn't really pull back that much, though. I don't think we're going to get a phenomenal dip. LYT going for VWAP. Looks like it has a good chance of breaking. Yeah, still holding here pretty good. It tried twice now to break it. There goes LYT. Nice break there. Good amount of volume. People are going to be switching over to LYT if SGMT doesn't break out soon. Nice push on SGMT there at the open. Everyone's watching the next major zone, and that's around 16.5. After that, we got 18.5. A little bit big push, sell-offs there. It does kind of hold. Yeah, PHUN is still crawling, huh? Isn't that crazy? Nice volume on SGMT, especially for a $15 stock. Small size here as we're finding a little bit of support. It's didn't get my size. Closing out. I just didn't get my fill. I wanted a quick pop higher. Let's see. LYT is actually holding really good. With SGMT, I feel like we need to give it a little bit of time. It had a really strong pre-market now the last hour, so it still hasn't gone through any sort of consolidation phase. FSR, look at that on the list. Huge bounce. It does have a huge short float, so that could be driving a lot of the momentum. About a 40% short float on FSR. DWAC also very busy today, but a lot of traders weren't so happy about the price action on DWAC from us checking out some recap videos. I'm not sure. Yeah, there's that flush on SGMT that I was a little bit worried about. RVSN fully selling off. A lot of tickers today. It's a little bit tricky when there's so many tickers. People are going to be a little bit distracted, switching around. Basically exactly what I'm doing right now, just switching around. Don't really want to have too much of that. Good support here on SGMT on the 5-minute. If we have another sell-off, I might consider doing a little bit of a dip trade. Last 30 seconds to try to move higher, but it looks like it kind of failed. Let's see what happens in the next 30 seconds. BFRG being called out. Yeah, not bad. Halted up. Good call. A lot of waiting right now. LYT pulling back as well. Right now I'm just trying to not jump into anything too quickly. But I'm going to put DWAC on the second chart here. Keep an eye on it. I like to know what the other top gainers are doing, even if I'm not super interested in trading them, because if it's doing really well, it's going to probably affect the other top gainer. Yep. PHUN still just slaying it. You know, its ticker just doesn't stop. SGMT, I do need to change this to a 5-minute here. Crazy out there today. Thanks for calling that up, Mark. BFRG resumption, according to Mark, is at 9:40. That makes about sense. It did halt there at 3:50.35. So you just basically have to add 5 minutes, so 40 and 51 seconds. Not always the case. Sometimes it's a 10-minute halt, but for the first open, usually is around 5 minutes. So that's what you can assume. I'm gonna put BFRG as well on the second screen. Wow, 3 days of just continuous breakout. That's kind of crazy. Ooh, LYT just had a huge sell-off. Yeah, it's not even on our, oh, it is on our scanners. Wow, nasty. I would probably argue SGMT is kind of coming back here. Some people are going to be waiting for that BFRG open though. Possible new high of day coming up on SGMT. Wow, SGMT might get halted here. It does have that 11.2 million float, which is kind of high. Wow, SGMT halt. Crazy. Let's go to BFRG. Watch this one at the open. We still have 51 seconds though. Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree with that, Mark. All right, here we go. 10 more seconds. Yeah, FSR is really running, huh? I think a lot of people are going to be looking for that second high on BFRG. Wow, big pullback there. Getting that VWAP support. Whoa, this might pull back again. Volume's getting there. Look at that. Almost a million. Right now, just, well, not almost a million. Just broke over 500,000, but it's well on its way to a million. It's really impressive because this thing had basically zero volume today. People notice halts. People see the halts and they come in. Tricky one though. Wow, quick wake up. I'm a little bit worried with Fun just because it had already 2 offerings. Somehow it's still actually trending higher, but yeah, I don't know if I want to trade that one. Yeah, I feel you, Baha, but it's kind of sketchy price action. I was actually surprised Ross didn't trade Friday. Felt like there was some setups. I mean, there was enough setups to want to trade. Wow, FSR, strong push here. So on the daily, this is where I noticed it had 45% short interest, and we're roughly back at that zone. It had a low of 76. Already bouncing pretty okay. 44.42. That's going to be the open on SGMT. So roughly in about a minute. Yeah, I'm watching it on my second screen. BFRG, really impressive there. I can't believe it actually just totally reversed and made new highs. The volume came in like we were talking about. All right, SGMT, let's see it. I'm gonna do small shares just to see if I can get aggressive trading this one. I am red on it, so I do want to size down. Should have opened. This might be a 10-minute hold. All right, 10-minute hold, I guess, on SGMT. That is not good. I guess that's going to be good for BFRG, though. I would love to jump into something, but everything feels a little bit risky for me at the moment. I feel like I'm super inactive right now, but again, that's one of the problems sometimes with trading is just you feel like you're supposed to do something, but oftentimes the best thing you can do is nothing. Unless it's a really hot market, and mistakes are often just super rewarding. But in colder markets like this, gotta be selective. LYT crawling up again back to VWAP. Remember, SGMT is going to open up at, what time did we say here? It was like 40 something, right? 41. So that basically means at 49.41, I think it was. So in 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Man, it is freezing in this room. Ugh. I don't know why I'm not wearing a sweater. Definitely should. My hands are frozen. I think I turned the heater off because today was only like 8 degrees, which is pretty cold. I mean, pretty warm. It's been like negative 8 degrees. So I was like, oh, it's pretty warm outside, or, you know, relatively warm. But now I'm actually getting kind of cold. Nice bar. I feel a bit the same, but I already gave back. So hoping that we can catch something else here. BFRG going for a little bit of support. Boom, look at that open. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. That was nice. I was watching it on my other screen. Sorry, guys. I didn't switch over on my main screen. I think you guys were watching. Apologize for that. I was just staring. I was like, all right, all right. It halted so fast. Was kind of hoping to jump in there. Yeah, I feel you, Mark. Me neither. Remember, 18.5 was the blue sky target on SGMT, and we're at that area, so it's looking pretty strong. Got a little bit of a new emoji here, slap the ask, and that's how I'm feeling about SGMT right now. Although, I'm typically more of a buy the bid kind of person, sit on the bid, but hey, SGMT very strong right now. $55.07 is what we're waiting for right now. let me pull up the other screen. Where is it? Ah, there it is. Right now, BFRG doesn't really look. Nah, I can't. I think I have some biases around BFRG. It doesn't actually look too bad. The volume is fading here though a little bit. Can't deny that. DWAC though is looking like something that's really uninteresting for me to trade. I was not interested in trading DWAC, but I did want to put on the second screen just because I know it is quite actively traded right now, and I want to always know what is being traded and how it looks. SGMT really does look like probably the best ticker. It is 9:53 already, so it's getting a little bit later now after the market open. So we're going to be approaching that late open soon. All right, watching 9:53. We got another minute and a half here. One more minute till open. SGMT. It might be honestly something I should consider to get DOS just so we could see the resumption times. I think that might even be worth it. I wish TD Ameritrade showed resumption times. That'd be amazing. All right, 17 seconds. Good luck, everyone, for the open. Oh man, I was hoping it would pull back a little bit more. Wow, wow. Dang. Ran away. I was looking for that little bit of a dip. Such a strong ticker here. We might even get a halt down if this thing pushes down too heavy, too quick. Still a lot of buyers there around like 19.15. This is going to be interesting right here. Critical support there, 18.6. Trying to get along with the small size. A little bit tricky to even get along this ticker. Starting to size up just a little bit here. This might actually halt down. Stopping out. Was looking for that last sell-off. Are we gonna get it? Jumping back in. I'm doing very small size here just because I haven't had much flow on this ticker yet. So I want to get like at least one green trade on this one, and then I'll start sizing. Although it might even be too late. BFRG actually still looks pretty good. constantly popping higher. All right. Oh, a BFRG bigger pullback just now. Looking for that move back over 18.3. See if we can do a small size on this one. Still some resistance here. Small fill in the high 17s. Very, very small share size. Again, just trying to see if I can start getting a little bit on the flow with SGMT. I haven't really. My first trade was green. Ever since then, I've been giving back profits. So I'm sizing down. I wouldn't be totally surprised if this ticker halted on us. Light volume. I don't think we're going to get a breakout to the front side on this one. Stopped out again. BFRG, wow, look at that flush on BFRG. Yeah, so I still haven't really earned the right to be sizing on SGMT. I agree with Mark. I'm really nervous that thing could flush down and get halted. I would like to actually trade it. If that happened, I would actually love to jump back on board on this ticker. It's a little bit of a pop back higher. Let's see if we could jump back on. Yeah, I don't know. A little bit too little too late so far. Feels a little bit risky here. Trying to be patient for that beautiful setup. That's what I'm waiting for. And we wait. BFRG, big sell-off there. SGMT actually looks kind of healthy. Question is it going to flush and halt down and then have a recovery, or is it going to start crawling higher here already? I feel like it would be too soon if it started crawling higher already. But I think there are some range trading potentials. Doing very small size here. Looking for that bounce back over the 9 EMA, but we're not really getting it. Good support though right here. Could pop, but I'm gonna wait. I don't like the risk profile is a little bit too much for me. Yeah, LIFW is on fire. Just pops to VWAP, drops again. Pops to VWAPs and drops. Well, with the halt levels moving down as much as they are, I'm starting to think that we're actually not going to get that halt down. I think that was the move most of us were probably expecting though. 9 EMA on the 5-minute chart really coming in strong. $15.55. You think we're going to reach $15.55? We might. It would have to really push hard though. Nice, Mark, keeping us posted on everything. Great. Really solid. I would love if RVSN came back. It's got decent volume still. It's inching towards VWAP. We need a solid like dollar share drop on SGMT. I don't think we're really going to get that. I kind of hope we will. But it's kind of sketchy to try to be trading it alongside if we don't. Because then you're always risking that it's actually going to happen. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. That's some huge candles on our RVSN. I don't know if I can just get long this ticker right now, as it is still an overall very bearish trend. But I was doing much better on this ticker pre-market. DWAC also crawling back. Definitely trading longer this pre-market than I expected I would. Big bounce on DWAC back over VWAP. Affirm AFRM. Nice consistent. Oh, that's what I wish we had on these small caps right now. It's been tricky. ARKK up 4%. I mean, that's saying a lot. So everyone's going to be looking at the classic ARK tickers like coin, COIN. Yeah, okay, perfect example. Coin up massively today already. That was a 7-8% move. So that's really what people are looking at right now. What else is up? I'm up $800 right now on U. That's how hard it's been pushing. So yeah, classic tech is up a lot. I wanted to even buy more on U already, but I was already sized up a little bit too much. My problem with U is I was a little bit of an eager beaver. I bought here on this pullback. I thought we were going to have that move already, and ended up being a little bit more, about a 10% pullback I had to hold through. I think SGMT might be done, guys. It's a little depressing. I thought we were going to get some sort of activity on it, but kept fading on us. DWAC, where are we at? Yeah, I was just writing the Discord. It's DWAC as well. Like, does not look bad. Nice hold there on DWAC. SGMT still pulling back, approaching that 15. Could see a move back over. Oh, almost forgot that it's a small cap. Got to be a little bit more, large cap, got to be slower here. Looking for that move back over 33.30. Right now there's not a lot worth trading. So small size on DWAC. and be quite conservative on my entries. SGMT really struggling. Not sure if I see a trade on that one. Sell volume not too bad on DWAC, but it is struggling here much more than you would want. But I just got to understand when I start trading larger caps or higher price tickers, I need to slow down. That was my problem with SGMT. I was waiting for that resolution that eventually happened, but it would happen, 4 or 5 minutes later than I expected. Often stopping out then along the way. Cutting. BFRG back above VWAP. I might honestly be better trading large caps right now. So far, it's a bit of a scratch day, a bit unfortunate because I was up green. I just wasn't really able to hold on to the profits. I tried to trade SGMT several times. Only my first trade on it was green, and then I was just giving back on it. A little bit unfortunate because there was definitely opportunity. I was a little bit what felt like late to the party. If you look at the gappers, we have a lot of tickers here that are just hot tech stocks. So it kind of seems like that's really what is front and center today. PFE surprisingly up as well for the fact that it's more of a tech day. It did have a huge drop pre-market or right at the open. Ended up holding, so I'm gonna hope we get that last push on this one. DWAC actually held and looks like it's crawling higher. Yeah, it's tricky right now. Danny says the best thing he did today was stop trading SGMT after the move. Yeah, I totally agree with him. I unfortunately did not get that nice move. Let's go back to SGMT as it tries to break a little bit lower here. It still has a pretty decent chunk of volume for that price ticker that it is. but I don't really see any good setups in it anymore. It is 10:17 here. I'm going to sit down. I really don't see any good setups, but I'll stick around a little bit longer. Maybe we'll get some more opportunity, but it's looking a little dry. If I could find that one trade, that's what I'm kind of waiting for right now. I'm not sure if we'll get it, but I'll be patient and we will see. Patience pays. Nice work. DVISEE devise maybe. Solid $330 green day. Clean. That was my peak today. Just didn't manage to hold it. TNYA popping up. Really lacking volume though. Still waiting for something that looks interesting. I'll stick around for another 30 minutes or so. Nothing does look too promising, so I'm keeping that in mind. I think probably for me, RVSN was the best ticker. Well, it was. I think SGMT was today the best ticker. Unfortunately, I was not able to really capitalize on it. Kind of was always a little bit early or a little bit late. So watching a little bit, maybe there's going to be a nice setup at one point, but just, you know, late morning on a Monday, I don't have too high expectations. If there's anything you guys want me to check out, let me know. I think there actually might be some potential trading some of these large caps today. You just gotta size up. Like even CVA Carvana, for example. Solid first stare here. Can't deny that. But this whole entire move, you know, 3-4%, that's nothing. So you got to be sizing in 20,000 shares or something. We were talking about Carvana a few days ago last week, and we noticed it at a 37% short interest on a big pullback. That was a sign that maybe there's going to be a squeeze at one point. I don't really see this continuing that much more, but we might get that last little pop before it sells off. BFRG trying as well. Yeah, tricky stuff out here. TNY actually held for a little bit longer, but I don't think I would have done good on that one. AFRM up. Such a strong day on a lot of these tickers. SoFi might be a trade here somewhere. SGMT pulling back a bit. SGMT in a just downtrend now. I'm still kind of interested in this new company we found today. CODI. It is up 4%. Look at that, just grinding higher. Look at that. So we noticed there was insider buying on this one. We could have probably scooped them up pre-market or at least at the open. Such a small amount of shares that go through on this one. Oh my God. So it might be a small red day here for me. Not a big deal. But I will stick around just a little bit longer. keeping an eye on tickers as well. Not sure if I'll get any more trades in, but as soon as I find something, I'll switch over. You guys will watch me, or you will see me trade. If there's something you guys want me to check out, just let me know. Be happy to check out a few tickers here as well. BFRG crawling up again. Look at that thing go. Watching BFRG. Wow, strong pullback there, but it actually might find support. Small size on BFRG. Looking for a move back to 725. A little bit of high day breakout. Let's see if we can get that. Stop at 67. Oh, stopped out. Ooh-wee, look at that sell-off. Got it, brutal. Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on this one. I think it might be worth re-entry. Low on this ascending wedge. I'm not going to be sizing up too much. Looking for that move back over 7. Could see it. Bit of an ascending wedge here. Ticker is pretty high though. Just want to be a little bit mindful of that. So we want to be tight with our stops. Still pulling back here a bit. Save is up 11. 11.2%. I think the market's pretty much dead at this point. I think I'm just trading nonsense now that I think about it. I mean, I think there is a move on BFRG, but it's not, you know, great. Like, nothing's really great right now. I think there's more traps than anything's worth. So let's see how this one goes. Yeah, I think me sitting around right now is just kind of worthless. Yeah, I feel you, Baha. Pre-market's usually my sweet spot as well. So very slow action after the market opened. Besides, obviously, SGMT. But if you missed those few halts, that was basically it. RVSN might load up to something. DWAC is actually trending higher. All right, guys, before I jump into any more bad trades, which I think I'm doing at this point, overstaying my welcome in the market, I usually like to end Mondays really quickly, or not really quickly, but, you know, get 4G, get green, get going. I never really got to the point like where I had profits. If I was up over 1,000 or really over 500, I would have called it. I was up 300, my max, and it was shaking around there. I'm down 171 right now on my day trading account. So yeah, small red day, bit of a scratch. You know, coulda, shoulda, woulda, probably called it pre-market, but you never really know. If you're, the way I look at it, just being up $200-300 at this point, for me, everyone's gonna be different. It's just not really that exciting or relevant. So I would rather try a little bit harder and see if I can squeeze some real profits out of the market. So that's why I kept on trading. I thought there were some opportunities. SGMT was, again, still the best ticker. I was hoping that something like RVSN would pop back up and give me some opportunities to jump on it, but not to the point where I could really do much with it. So ending the day down 171. Obviously, I might trade later on in the day. I did that last week on one of the days, but I just had one small scratch win. I didn't get super aggressive on trades. DWAC is crawling up here. Let me quickly look at this one. There is some momentum here. Very small amount. I'm not crazy about DWAC. There's a bit of a trend line here. It might have a little pullback and then a pop higher, but not my classic ticker I want to be trading. Also, you know, multiple big green days in a row, and today the volume is just really small. I think there could be a breakout here. I'm just not sure if I would even size on that one. Strong pullbacks. I already took a loss on one of those. It was actually a scratch. It wasn't that bad. Just watching here, seeing if this setup makes any sense. It is finding support. Let's see if we go in with small size. Oh, that was the trade I wanted. So yeah, maybe I'm hesitating too much today. Today's the day of hesitation for me, I guess. I'll keep my order in here just to see if we can get a quick pullback. Looking for that move over 333.67, and I would be selling pretty quickly right afterwards. Again, tiny size, it's almost irrelevant, but seeing if I can just get a little bit of flow here. Looking for that pop. Let's see if we can see it. PHUN still running. I can't believe PHUN. It's so crazy watching that one. SGMT had a nice bounce as well. Right off of VWAP, it was about a 10% move. Pretty solid. Yeah, I might get stopped out here. All right, tomorrow I got to be a little bit more disciplined. I think going forward this week on, you know, just calling it when it's really slow. Today, probably trading a bit longer than I should be. Stopping out, didn't get the move I wanted. I am fully out of all these positions. I traded a little bit of everything today. Oh, this is embarrassing. This is not how I want to be trading. Overstaying my welcome for sure. Only down 171 today. Total scratch of a day. A small red scratch of a day. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, probably just called it pre-market when I was up 300. So a lot of staring at the market when nothing was really happening. SGMT was, I just missed that one. Could not get on the flow on it. And, you know, it really only had a few opportunities where there was really any way to make money on it. So SGMT was a little bit the one that got away today. But at the same time, not really. It popped up, halted, and then there was no more trades. So I'm not really sure where I would have made my money. Obviously, if I got in a little bit sooner here, that would have been good. But I didn't see SGMT until it was here. and then I got, you know, this shaky price action didn't let me really capitalize on it so well. So yeah, a little sloppy here for me to start the week, but I don't really mind. I will be taking off Friday, not because I'm just going to be lazy. I'm going to be on a flight to Utah, so I will not be streaming Friday. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Really appreciate it. It was good fun chatting with everyone and sharing some ideas, checking out tickers together. You guys always throw out really good ones. All right, that's it. I'll see you then first thing tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Don't forget to drop a like on the way out. Subscribe if you're new. I'll see you guys in the recap video. Ciao for now.